It really is weird to know where to start or even end with this one, because I can't say with any certainty where it truly began, and if it's really over. The FBI, aka the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is looking into Discord.
Nick Monroe, and I'm the freelancer games journo / political journo that got into the Discord story.
Though I'm not quite the wordsmith that Nick Monroe is, link down below to the whole podcast this is from, Nick Monroe is one of the most busybodies on Twitter. I suggest following him there.
Cub porn, and they banned lolicon / shotacon, which raised the questions of bias towards furries, and raised questions about staff members like all the foxes and the litany of controversial decisions they made and their banning decisions. I've heard so many stories about all the foxes, I can't even keep track of it anymore.
I've heard the name All the Foxes due to the Discord matter. He was on the Trust and Safety Council with Discord as of February 15th, 2019. He's potentially still there. We can't get a direct answer out of Discord. His name is Sam Vogel, which is on full display on Linked. There is some speculation he's been removed because All the Foxes, aka Sam Vogel, has removed his tag on social media accounts such as Twitter and Reddit. But there seems to be some speculation, seeing as how Discord has not announced his release, and this is potentially a misdirect. Considering the name Trust and Safety, some might consider this name couldn't be further from the truth.
The main source of the problem seemed to be this individual by the name of All the Foxes, who was, if I'm remembering correctly, an administrative member of staff?
Mm-hmm. We don't know his current status of whether or not he still has a job. That's up in the air. I have seen so much conflicting information about that that it's better to just, wash your hands of whether or not he's working there, but he had worked there.
But the most recent news in Discord's case, cub art has been outright banned. While this is already more restrictive than what the law requires, we received feedback that we're not comprehensive enough. As of today, we're changing our policy to ban all cub porn. This means the sexualization of a minor ban now extends to non-humanoid animals and mythological creatures, as long as they appear to be underage. We're addressing cub to the list of categories after lolicon and shotacon to our community guidelines to clarify this content is not allowed on Discord. Again, because Discord is under investigation by the FBI, that line about being more restrictive than the law requires has left me a bit scratching my head. I'm definitely interested in hearing feedback from y'all down below in the description. Seriously, if Discord is more restricted enough than the law requires, why is Discord being investigated by an advanced federal branch of the government? When you consider the FBI's priorities online include, but are not limited to, identity theft and online predators, really gets the old almonds roasting, really gets the old noggin jogging. Some of the changes coming to Discord, allegedly, releasing a transparency report for the first time. It's really important to us that millions of people who use Discord every day can trust our decisions. Cough. We want this blog to provide transparency on our processes, and we're going to continue this by further providing a more in-depth view into our actions as a team with Discord's first transparent report. In this report, we want to provide more information about our content moderation outcomes, such as how many actions are taken a month, how many users are actioned, and what's causing their removal from the platform. We think that transparency is good. It will shine more light on the work we do, help maintain accountability, and guide conversations about where we should be spending our time to get better. We're looking to release our first report by the end of April. We want to continue releasing them quarterly after that. So if I'm understanding this correctly, Discord's literally going to make public why you're being thrown off the medium, well, it's more than YouTube did with Monkey Jones. We might be skipping a few steps, so let's go back. Before now, if you attempted to report cub art, and some allegations, zoophilia, porn, that's porn featuring animals in sexual scenarios, and the like, allegedly, people like all the foxes, well, let's play a clip here from a video. Mr. Metokur talks about Discord and weird furries. There'll be a link down below.
This email is to confirm that you sent a request and it was successfully received by us. They are trying to delete images now. I'll send proof. There are a lot more. And again, this is them following up, sending even more evidence of the things they stumbled on when it comes to Discord. Discord responding saying, yep, we've received your updated information. We just wanted to confirm that we've received your inquiry. You put time and effort in contacting us, so our support team will make sure we give the inquiry the attention it deserves. Well, rest assured, good people, Discord is on the case. Another one, this is to inform you we got all your information. Great, fantastic, loving it. And then here is the fucking follow-up. Are you ready for this? 6 hours later, after he sent the information in. Hi there. Please do not participate in mass reporting. Best Trek. Hey there. I see that you've gotten a hold of us because people are fucking animals and talking about fucking animals and sharing videos about fucking animals on our service. Our service, which is known to get rid of people who even say a naughty word. We just wanted to get back in touch with you and tell you to fuck off. Okay? There's nothing wrong with what these people are doing. Clearly you're in the wrong. Don't mass report animal fuckers on our service. Discord loves the rape of animals. We like the idea of banging a raccoon, of fucking a dog, of being covered in horse cum. That's just rise up, gamers.
Let's be skeptical. Surely that's an isolated incident. And it is possible that the FBI got involved more to look into this because of the content of animals and sexual scenarios than, say, the cub art. Here, let's hear one more just to be sure.
Give you another idea. This is from another person at Discord about another instance. Hello. Generally speaking, we do not consider cub content to be a violation of our terms or guidelines on its own. That being said, you should be aware that such content can be considered shocking for some, and it should be limited to channels marked not safe for work, and users should have an expectation of the content they will see in the channel before viewing it, i.e. a very clear channel name. You can read more about our terms and services here. And if you look at the bottom there, we do not consider cub to be a violation of our terms or guidelines. And you can see we've got a gay little fox looking back here. So we've got one guy that contacts Discord with a shit ton of fucking screen caps and video footage, showing people desperately trying to fuck animals and talking about how much they love fucking animals, and they're told not to mass flag. And then we've got other people contacting Discord because if you're unfamiliar with the term cub porn, it's the I don't know, the lolicon, shotacon version of animal fucking. When it comes to their artwork, cub porn is, I guess, prepubescent anthropomorphic animals getting gangbanged and shit. Contacts them and says, hey, this is some weird shit. Maybe you want to look into it. And they're told, nah, it's not a big deal, man. It's totally within the acceptable guidelines. We don't have a problem with that. Maybe that's a you issue. That's not an us issue. That's a you issue. Discord stands behind your right to jack off to prepubescent anthropomorphic creatures. You need to, bigot, go home. Okay, there's a level to the shit we'll tolerate from you bigots, you alt-right neo-Nazis. Gamers, rise up!
Why was no one officially fired for this? Whether or not you think cub porn is or isn't child porn, I'm kinda confused why the alleged content featuring animal abuse was let in the first place. Again, to anyone who has a Discord server, I would discourage hosting a Rule 34 section altogether, unless you intend to keep a frequent eye on it yourself. The internet has enough places to find adult content as is. Places you don't have to take any responsibility for, providing you only share any of that content with other adults, and providing that content is legal. From my own personal perceptions, all the foxes and what other members of the Discord staff, past or present, who have allowed these matters to become a federal issue, I put the blame squarely on Discord's shoulders. This amazing shot, for example. So, when I reported a furry server full of child porn, yes, child porn, not cub porn, the owner was also using IP link grabbers as well. I sent in full screenshots detailing this, and when they caught wind, it was a Furry server, All the Foxes took over this support and closed it. Reading off the following: "We don't need links or pictures. Please simply provide the channel and messages and message IDs of content that violate our terms of service in the body of your email. Cheers, All the Foxes. Stitch. Most of these files have links in them, as well as 2 of them contain a full thing of pictures. Do you want me to email everything individually?" I don't even know where to begin with this. Whether All the Foxes closed the support because he was A, lazy and just didn't want to deal with it, B, a pederass and didn't agree with the content being removed, C, corrupt, as in, did he get a kickback from people posting this garbage to look the other way? Or D, all the above? I couldn't tell you. This is naturally just speculation. Discord had this guy, or still does have All the Foxes, working for them, and they still don't feel that anyone deserves to know specifically if he's there or not. Sam Vogel may still be in charge of your child's safety if you let your kids on Discord. I keep bringing up the FBI looking into Discord, and here's my source from Forbes. Thomas Brewster, Forbes staff, writes, "Originally set up as a place for gamers and chat, Discord has become widely popular, attracting 150 million users. Attracting 150 million and rising. Up to 2 billion facilitations just last month. Up to 2 billion in just last month. 2 billion in 1 month. That's the same money Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas. And there's no way a company like this could have afforded to have a second set of hands to police something as sensitive as people who are looking into child pornography and the like. What with the rapid growth has come disturbing criminal behavior, thanks to previous unreported court findings. Forbes can reveal that Discord groups dedicated to cybercriminal activity are being investigated by the FBI. The groups are being used by low-level hackers to share stolen data, like usernames and passwords. U.S. cops are also warning against a handful of cases in which the chat app has been adopted by groomers to target children susceptible to online coercion. Founded by a young entrepreneur, Jason Citrone, and Stanislava I can't even pronounce this name. It'll be on screen. In 2015, the site still bills itself as a home for gamers. It claims to have 150 million users, and in 2017 had already outgrown another burgeoning communication startup, Slack. But with ballooning wealth and size comes trouble. In the last 2 years, Discord has become a chaotic space where innocent gamer voices have increasingly intermingled with those of shady criminals, child groomers, and hate mongers, and most notoriously, white supremacists. Wow, Forbes, you really put white supremacists before child groomers? Seriously? Looking mighty left there. Moving along. I'd like to stop to make a remark here. I've heard from a furry group called Xanadoom. Discord's all been too proud to make sure to go after perceived hate speech, because much like other multi-billion-dollar mainstay companies, saying the N-word is literally what needs to be stamped out first and foremost. Discord's founders declined to be interviewed for this article, but a spokesman said, "In terms of service and community, guidelines prohibited harassment, threatening messages, and calls to violence or any illegal activity. They also cover more expensive activities than other platforms, rules such as doxing and sharing private information. Though we do not read people's private messages, we do investigate and take immediate action against any reported violations by a server or user, which can include shutting down offending servers or banning users." The spokesman added, "We work closely with law enforcement agencies in the investigation when appropriate to ensure and strengthen the safety of our community members." As you can see from the above accusations about All the Foxes closing complaints about child pornography, you'll have to forgive me if I take that claim of taking immediate action and investigation, especially when Discord has yet to publicly fire Sam Vogel, aka All the Foxes, with a grain of salt. I chose to skim ahead in the article to the section Child Grooming on Discord. More disturbing than rising cybercrime activity are a handful of cases where Discord has been used as a starting point for child grooming. Forbes found another previously unreported search warrant from 2017, which detailed the case of a 22-year-old William Lee DeLay Cruz, who was using Discord to contact an unnamed 12-year-old. The government claimed that they used Discord to discuss, amongst other topics, having sex and masturbating. The chats came to light after Jane Doe was reported missing, having disappeared with De La Cruz in a vehicle, according to the search warrant, which detailed subsequent sexual activities between the pair. De La Cruz was charged with 1 count of enticement of a minor and 1 count of travel with intent to engage in illicit sexual conduct. He has yet to face trial. Just last week, the judge in the case ordered that De La Cruz would be hospitalized for treatment up to 4 months, shucks, until his mental condition is so improved that trial may proceed. Bravo, Judge. This wasn't the first case of grooming reported on the site. Earlier this month, 6 men and 1 woman were arrested in Florida accused of sexually exploiting 2 teenage girls. Warning about the predator use of Discord, police said at least one of the girls was first contacted by an accuser over the platform. Local media reported. The FBI was also reported involved in a 2018 missing child case in Mississippi, where police said a 14-year-old boy was lured over Discord. Other non-cyber crime has appeared on Discord in recent months too, as found in search warrants that detailed the Hell's Gate investigation. The subject of the search warrant, Stephen McQueen, was seen posting on Hell's Gate about guns, marijuana, too, according to the FBI narrative. McQueen was spotted chatting with another Discord user about growing weed. The search warrant application read. The warrant, which sought DNA from McQueen, was not successfully executed, and the case was terminated according to the court docket. Forbes could find no charges against Stephen McQueen in Ohio. I know a lot of people are keeping their hopes up and hoping this matter is over. Discord has simply finally decided to admit that there is a problem, much in the same way the FBI is leaning on them. However, saying that you're taking action to improve a problem is all but mandatory at this point. I encourage people to continue to remain vigilant of Mr. Vogel, whether he remains on Discord or not. If the company is taking serious their commitment to help protect children and animals, among all other areas of concern, naturally, while I'm not letting Discord off the hook, if your kids are online, you might want to check in on them now and again. While Discord isn't my favorite program, I've used messaging services that I've had running at least in the background all but the entire day. That Discord or other services of the like will no doubt eat the time of you and your loved ones. I can't stress how important it is to remain vigilant for your friends and loved ones. I also like to remind you, I don't recall anyone unbanned, anyone being unkicked by Discord as a result of this. So till next time, a plague spreads, a field burns, all for no good reason.